Hello again, and welcome back to another video for our deck remodel series. This will probably be the last one because I probably won't show you the ceiling or painting or whatever that we're going to be doing, but we ended up going outside of the local box store because they kept running out of wood to a local building material lumber yard. Paid a little bit more for the boards, but we got the treated 2x4s. And I cut the bottoms and the tops and mounted them in here, as you can see. All I did here was I just put a 2x4 block on both ends and toe nailed it, 2 on here, 1 on the top, on all of them all the way around, so that we could get them all installed. Also picked up some pickets. We got the stair handrails in. That was a little more difficult than I thought. And the plan for our post railing here is I've got the flat ones here for the pickets to screw into, and then we've got a top 2x4 cap to go on top. And this is just screwed down from the top with the same deck screws. There's, for the small section here, I've got them less than a foot apart just to hold it down to it. And then what I did is pre-drilled the holes in the pickets and put the screws in them so they're ready to go. And I kind of just lined them up in the different areas here. The pickets come our particular pickets come with a mitered end on both ends of them. But I didn't need that, so I'm going to show you what we did here. Okay, this is how we get the blocks. There's 16 to a pack of them, and as you can see, they got these papers with staples in them, and I didn't want to sit there and pull out each individual staple anyway. And I knew that the one end was going to be cut flat to go underneath the handrail. So yeah, or I mean the top cap. But yeah, so I just went through on the old chop saw and cheated and cut off all the little pieces of sticker and staples, so I didn't have to worry about it. I did do this end here already, so you can see what it's going to look like. You know, I realize that these boards are darker, that's why I have them facing out, but that's the quality of the boards we can get when we can get them. So I'm still pretty happy with the way it turned out. The pickets, I watched a whole bunch of different videos on how to do it and how to measure and how to count and see how many you need and do this and that, and yeah, okay, I'm going to do it the easy way. So you measure between this post here and this post here, and then you come up with the middle point between the two, which I also marked here on the bottom one here. And yeah, it's pretty simple. You put this one, you put one right in the middle of where the middle is, and then you get your block of wood and you put it and you put it, and then you move it and you put it and you put it, and then you put it, and then yep, there's going to be room because you have to have at least 4-inch spans in between there, and you do that. And then I do it the other way as well. And normally the spacing between this outer post and the first baluster here will be about the same, which is about a 1/2 inch. So you can either start from the middle when you're screwing them in and do that. I just measure and make sure both of them are about the same dimensions off, about a 1/2 inch, and then I'll just start this first one, and I'll measure it, and I'll put it all the way flush to the top, measure it about the 1/2 inch out, shoot a screw in there, then put the block, then put the next one, then go across the bottoms, do the same thing, measure out a 1/2 inch, or I'll put my level on there and make sure that this one's level, and then I'll block, and then put the next one, screw the next one in, and just screw in all the bottoms, and it goes a lot faster. Probably cutting all the ends off was probably the harder thing. Took a little bit longer. I was doing them in groups of 8. I was just trying to line up all the ends of them, and I was doing like 8 at a time, so half a pack at a time. And I just double stack them and then chop off the ends. Then I came pre-drilled all the holes in all the ends on both ends, and started the deck screws in. These are the same deck screws that I use for the actual deck boards, which are 1.5s. Some of these are 10s, and some of these ones here are 9s by the 2.5s. So when I screw them in, I can recess the head a little bit, and it's not going to stick all the way. It's not going to protrude out through the this other beam here. So that's just the right length for grabbing and holding really good. Plus, with the flat side here, and it's angled up here, it helps to support the top rail here from any teeter-tottering, because it has a little bit of movement because it's only on half of it. But once you get the posts in there and they're screwed in, it'll help to support that a lot better. Did run out of wood, of course, because we always do. Still have to get some top caps, top rails for the 2 handrails here and here for the steps. Also have to cut off this. I'll be doing that today as well. I've got a couple of top caps for the pieces that I had material enough to make the distance, but as you can see, I'm missing some here, and I'm missing the top caps for this whole run here. That doesn't mean I can't still put up the stiles. I'll just hold a piece of block up there to mark the top, and then I'll put the baluster up and screw it into place. And then once I get the top cap, it just sits right on there anyway, so it'll be fine. But that's where we're at right now, and I will get back with you when I get some more progress. Okay, got done with all of the balusters. Yay, finally. Got them all up. Cut off the tops of these 2 end posts. Just need to put the top rails on here, and then I'm still debating on the what types of caps to put on these posts, but all of the balusters are on. Looks like a deck now. Not that it didn't before, but it did cost a lot more than we had expected. Well, a little more than we expected, especially because we had to do the house repairs. We still have to do the French doors here. We're going to probably end up, like I said, ripping it out. It's going to be about $600 or $700. I found a place that sells some cheaper doors, but you know, with the proper flashing and everything else to get it all installed, it'll be about $600 or $700. Because I also have to move some electrical and fix some lights and stuff. As you can also probably see, we installed the guttering along this side, downspout shooting out here, and along the high side here, going out, down, and around the corner, and then down. So hopefully that will eliminate a lot of the overflow water that we got on here. That the water was damaged. You know, the water damage that we got on the edge of the house was from the water pooling up here and then going up underneath the vinyl siding that was cut up and exposing the wood. So we got all that part taken care of, so hopefully that'll be good. But yeah, let me step back here into the corner and give you the view. Got all the pickets in there. That was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So now these 3 sections here do have the top rail already, so that's the height that it's going to be. Like I said, I just need to find either some lights or some other caps, or a light in a cap and a light in a cap, or something like that, because I want to have a little nighttime light out here, which will be pretty nice. But yeah, this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video series. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff as usual. And as always, we will talk to you later.